Hey, I'm Ryan from Marina City.
And I'm Eric from Marina City, and we're going to show you how we wrote All the Best.
But I wish you all the best. When I think about you, I'm a mess. There is something I have to confess.
What to say about All the Best? Easily the weirdest song that we have.
All the Best probably showed up around 2018, and I was listening to a lot of things like Glass Animals at the time. So I really wanted to go a little bit tribal and worldly with some different percussion sounds.
When Eric brought the song to us, it was a completely different song than it is today. I didn't even know what to do with it. The only thing that I was listening to was the 1975's record, A Brief Inquiry into Online Relationships, and they had this song, Two Time. And I thought maybe we could do something like that, which would be odd, different, but if they did it, why can't we?
I was going for sort of like a dark, dancey vibe. I always say like I envision the club from The Matrix where everybody's super gothed out and dressed in leather, wearing sunglasses indoors. Everyone's got nose piercings and whatever. And this is the kind of vibe I kind of wanted for the song.
So he comes in and shows us the song. Hopped on the track, tried to make it sound Caribbean. 2 years later, this is not upbeat enough. It's not dancing enough. It's kind of dragging. So we rewrote the whole song vocally wise.
I remember sending it to Ryan, and this one kind of freaked him out because I think it required a little bit different delivery that's way more laid back and more reserved. This is not a song where it's really appropriate to like super belt and like show off vocal runs and stuff like that. And if you know Ryan, you know that reserved is probably not the word that you would use to describe him.
I think the song is about someone getting over a breakup. It's not necessarily about being super sad. There is sadness involved. They're definitely not extremely happy that it's over. They're also a little apathetic towards it. Like they've already cried their eyes out for weeks at this point. Hey, I wish you all the best. I'm gonna be the bigger person here. I mean, it sucks what you did to me. Those walls of apartment were memories between the narrator and this person who they just broke up with. It was something that they called home. It was where they laughed, where they cried, where they had some of their greatest accomplishments and some of their worst memories there. But now it's nothing. It's just walls of paper. You left that picture on my dresser and now it flickers from all the fire that we started, but you deny it. I believe that sometimes you have to burn it all down to start over. And that's why I think that this person's not necessarily super sad. They're just apathetic towards it all.
What I really enjoy about the meaning of this song is that Ryan's vocal delivery could almost be construed as like a little bit sarcastic. Just a sort of monotone, I wish you all the best, sort of reads a little bit insincere. It's like internally you're trying to walk away from this relationship with well-meaning, but you still kind of harbor this little bit of animosity towards this other person. So the chorus is basically, to me, just feels like empty platitudes. Trying to be the bigger person, but just rolling your eyes and getting over with and moving forward.
But I wish you all the best. When I think about you.
So this is likely where I started on the original demo. I had these percussion loops, mixed them together with some hi-hat parts and some like housey drum beats. I pushed them back farther into the mix, so they're just kind of a vibe that are just there, and then started writing the instrumentals over the top of this first. So then I needed some chords, so I always start out with piano, and piano usually kind of makes it into the final track no matter what. So I started to try and figure out what chord information I need to give to Ryan to really establish the key that he's singing in. Finally, once I had all that down, then it was time to beef up the drums a little bit. So I added some heavier snares, some thicker kicks, really juiced out the drum production to really make that chorus punchy and impactful.
This is the melody line I tried to do.
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
I wanted to put some effect on my voice because I was so nervous about me singing low.
Secrets for keeping.
Fast forward about 2 years later when we're actually thinking about doing this song, I don't feel like this is a dancey enough verse. So I had a bunch of different versions.
Then I remember.
I try to do like a Drake, Lil Wayne kind of vocal thing. Try to sing higher, like whispery kind of thing. A little auto-tune kind of thing. And then ultimately, I went with this. Just simple. It turns out it's not the vocal effects that need to be fixed. It's the melody.
Your smoke just lingers, hard to remember. These walls of pain.
So some hidden gems in the vocals. A lot of times when we're writing music, we don't often want you to hear everything. Sometimes it's just, what do you feel? One of those things is this low vocal that's underneath my aka that Mark, our producer, did to make it seem a little bit darker.
Apartment's bigger than I remember. You left that picture out of my dresser.
Nice little flavor, taking you to Flavor Town. I'm also a big fan of Timbaland and JT. They always have some kind of beatboxing or a lot of different vocal stuff. So you may hear in a lot of our music that there are a bunch of ad-libs that I do, uh-huhs or yeah, or beatboxing, like literal beatboxing. We actually use it in the pre-chorus in the second verse. It's actually in the song. Here's a bunch of other stuff that I just say in the song, just to give it a little... I don't even know if I said it. Every single chorus, always put a whisper track on it. And just to give, again, texture, since I'm singing monotone a lot in this song, make it feel like something new and something different is happening with more whisper tracks to get some aggression towards it.
But I wish you all the best. When I think about you, I'm a mess.
All those S's that we do in every chorus, we wanted this kind of like S sound after every single line.
But I wish you all the best. When I think about you, I'm a mess.
Like as if Ka from Jungle Book was singing it. That slithery snake. That sound that really makes it sound like mischievous. Another hidden gem that you may not actually understand what it is this sound. Plays all the way throughout the bridge. What is that? You ask? I'm gonna show you. They're actually Matt and I doing choir. Took a guitar part that Toter did, mashed it together, and you got that weird sound.
Some of my favorite hidden gems are just a lot of the percussion layers that are just kind of deep into the song. Starting off with my trusty pear shaker, this super cool Brazilian shaker called a kashishi. I also added some congas to the track, but last but not least was my trusty cowbell. So the cool thing about the cowbell track in particular was that it started out as a regular cowbell, but then we went in and kind of tweaked the sound a little bit. So we added this little warp, flutter thing to it that kind of adjusts the pitch just ever so slightly and gives it that little like warbly sound effect to it.
You're never happy, you're always searching for something broken to stop the hurting.
I have a ton of favorite parts that made it from the demo into the finished product that I'm super, super excited and proud of. The first of which being this sort of arpeggiated bass bell thing that's going on in the chorus. One of my favorite sounds. I totally love it. It just adds such a darkness, but also like fun texture that kind of pushes the chorus forward. Another sound that I totally love is this little drip synth part that just kind of pops in at the start of every chord on the chorus. Just adds a little bit of percussive pop to every chord. And then last but not least, I had an absolute blast tracking the drums to this song. I get to play some really weird kind of worldly rhythms that I thought were really interesting and fun. And then the chorus just kind of goes all out at the end.
Honestly, a lot of my favorite parts in the song are not actually my vocals. I'm a big fan of what Diano did harmony-wise in these songs because I feel like the brightness of his harmonies really makes something super cool and different and really pops out. Whereas the whole time I'm singing kind of monotone, and then all of a sudden these bright harmonies come in, like 1950s barbershop quartet. I don't know, maybe I'm just making shit up. These are his vocals completely raw, about 15 different vocal tracks. So he has this high vocal over me, and then right here.
You're never happy. Woo! You're always searching for something broken to stop the hurt. No, you are not my right way out.
And we bring back that harmony again.
Gassing me out.
So sick. Good job, Diano.
But I wish you all the best. When I think about you, I'm a mess.
Thank you so much for watching and listening to how we wrote all the best. It means the world to us. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube page for more content. Stream it on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you get your music. And thank you guys so much for the support. We'll see you next time.
Your smoke just lingers, hard to remember. These walls of paper